Welcome to Goya's Garden and Tie-Dyes. I'm Greg. All right, so this is how I stretch out rubber bands so I can use them on larger projects, larger shirts, long sleeves, what have you. This bowl came from the dollar store or Dollar Tree, one of those dollar places, or $1.25 now anyway. So just stretch rubber bands over it, as many as you want, and then we're going to fill it with warm water, not hot water. If you do too hot, the rubber bands will snap. Yellows will let you know it's on the hotter side. All right. Okay, here's the rubber bands. Showed you how I stretched them. I put in warm water, I thought, and if you do too hot of water, it'll let you know because the other ones snap. So you really don't want to use the sunshine. It'll crack them, it wears on them a lot quicker. But you know what, let me just get these off of here and I'll show you. And they hold their shape very well. This actually, once I did it, it's kind of set in this bowl, not in the sun, just under my table. And let me get all these up here. You can see how big they are. Get rid of these yellow ones. Look at that. Every yellow one snapped. Huh. So it wasn't too hot, because if it was, the other ones would have snapped. But yeah, just warm water on there. Set it aside. This actually set out here like 3-4 days, something like that. But you can see the size difference here. I'll show you here in a second. Oops. Come on, get out of there. Yeah, but look at that. I even did a long sleeve scrunch shirt. It was a Gildan, but it scrunched up. I mean, this held nicely. So let me get, okay, this is what these make great containers for rubber bands. Okay, so here's that's regular size. So you can really see the difference in size here. Let me do that and do something stupid or fancy here. But yeah, so it does make a big difference. So that's how you stretch out your rubber bands. Or if you do hot water irrigation, make sure you save those because they'll be nice and stretched out. But if you need some, you can have some in a couple days. And these are very, excuse me, a little hiccup there, very nice. Okay, I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna show you how I make some dye really quick and tell you a story. All right. Okay, so these are just from the dollar store. And I put a mark on there for 16 or 2 cups so you can see it a lot easier. If you have to wear glasses to do it, you might see it without your glasses even. Okay, so I have all of my dyes in, okay? This is my hot water irrigation spot, but it's my dye making spot too. And I will be using, I'm so sorry, a friend of mine bought me this. I had that immersion blender one, the electric one, then I had a battery operated one like this. I'm gonna go get it in there. But a friend of mine got me this one. This is the USB port, charges up. It's got some power. I've used, let me grab it here. The little blender thing that comes with it. And a nice little stand too. Okay, we put that back up there. But I have the frother. Okay, all of you know yellow does not dissolve all the way. You can use even warm water and it doesn't want to dissolve. So I'm going to show you with this frother, it does dissolve. Okay, let me add some water to this here. sit down for a second. So I'm going to show you how I do one, and then I have a little story for you. Not a very happy one, but it's a story. It's what's coming ahead in my life here. And I will be absent for a little bit. So I wanted to let everybody know, and I really wanted to do this and how I stretch out my rubber bands. So this will be my last video for a while. I have some already made up, throughout the last 3 weeks or so that I can work on later. And, oops, I got a little splash. I wanted to show you how easy it was. Okay, so I'm up to all my lines, up to my lines. Okay, but okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me do this first, show you the first one, how well it works. And I always do my darkest colors first, because if I did my yellow here and there was a chance to splatter over, I don't want that happening. In fact, let me get this. And I usually, I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but I usually put a paper towel over the tops of the other ones, just in case. But, okay, so let me get the frother here. And this works so well. Okay, so don't turn it on and set it in there, because it will go everywhere. But the high speed, and hold on, because it is a high speed. Okay, my battery operated one had that frother too, and I just never used it. But this one works so well. Just run it on the bottom. If you pick it up some, it'll make that little vortex or funnel, and it really mixes. Okay, I'm calling that one good. And then little hose off. The colors are coming out of that black. Yeah, that's Raven black. And I'll just give it just go on low. You don't have to be. Okay, so we're good to go on that. Nice and clean, ready for round 2. So I'm moving this one. Well, actually, I'll just go ahead and pour it in there now too. Okay, find there's my Raven black, but the dollar store, these work so well. You do it here without shaking. Yeah, they got that nice little point on them. And well, what, they're $1.25 now? That's not too bad, I guess. Okay, whoops, that's my fault, because I lifted my elbow up off of my knee. Okay, yeah, usually I can do this mess free, but of course, being on camera is a whole different story. And for me, this is as live as I get. Okay, pretty good. Okay, let me go ahead and rinse that off there. Okay, and this is a light mixture of black. It's not full on. I didn't want it black, but Raven black will still make black and make it look good. Okay, capped up, there's one. Okay, let me put that over here. Make sure I got that on there. Okay, quick pump. Clean that out. Okay, so you know what I did on this one. I'm going to continue on with my story here. So most of you know I had a major surgery last year, and I was getting ready to have the same surgery, but at UCSF, the original place where I had my first ostomy bag, and they removed my large intestine and all that good stuff. Well, the woman that did it then, she's the head of the whole department now. Excuse me, I'm just gonna put that over there. Yeah, of the whole department. And they need to put a mesh over my pelvis to keep my small intestine from going into it, and then secure my small intestine inside, because the large one's gone, so everything just kind of sloshes around, and that's what happens. It sloshes, my stomach goes up against the stomach wall, scar tissue forms, and that's when I run into problems. So I was getting all set to do that, and I told you during the making of the turtle video that I had kind of a bad day, and they'd take me by ambulance and all that stuff. But at the hospital, I found out my heart's good and everything, and all the tests, and they did a CAT scan with the contrast and all that. Well, then they said in the emergency room that I had pneumonia. Okay, so give me a bag full of antibiotics and an IV, and then gave me some to take home, come and take home for, I think it was like 7 days. But then they, the next day we got a call from the pulmonary department, and they asked me to come in right away. So we were there 9 o'clock that morning, and he set up an appointment for me for a breathing test that night at 6, and had already set up an appointment for me to go down my throat with the camera and, you know, take pictures and all that stuff. Well, I had my esophagus shrink years and years and years ago because of bad heartburn. Yeah, it's not one thing, it's another, huh? But anyway, Kaiser does not put you out for a colonoscopy. TV says like 2 feet from your face even. And the same thing with this. They just give you some juice to help mellow you out a little bit. And when they went in, I don't know if they had problems with my esophagus or what, but it was a pretty hairy experience. But he did get a little sample off of a piece of my lung. And then they, you know, did the test on it. But the first thing he said, without even testing it, just like they told me before, you know, if it looks like cancer and smells like cancer and tastes like cancer, all that good stuff, then most likely cancer. So the test came back, I have lung cancer in my left lung. Well, last year when I was in the hospital, they had found a spot on my left lung, and I was supposed to get the PET scan after all that, you know, from the hospital and all that stuff. So Tracy kept trying to make an appointment for me to do it, and they kept telling her, no, he went to the hospital, you know, he doesn't have to do it anymore, blah blah blah. Well, guess what? It's doubled in size, and it's almost shut off. So the what was I thinking here? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I need a little bit more on that. Kind of got lost here for a second. Guess I could rewind the video to see where I was at. Well, anyway, they kept saying no. Well, it's almost shut off completely, and there's a large mass. As it stands right now, they don't have to do chemo or radiation. It looks like it's in one spot, and I'll be going to Oakland for the surgery. And they will be removing about 3/4 of my left lung. And then the part that really stunned me was on the phone. He tells me, Tracy's on the other end still the whole time. And when he said, what did he say? Crack my chest cavity to put in a hose. that's all I heard. Tracy heard everything else, but that's all I heard. I was thinking, oh great, I'm gonna walk around with a poop bag and a hose sticking out of my chest. Well, it turns out the hose is just there for my hospital stay so I can breathe while the lung heals itself up, or heals up there and shuts off and is able to work the quarter one that's going to be left. And then I should be good after that. But there's a lot of things I have to do to prepare. Tomorrow's Monday. This is till Sunday. I just posted my garden walkthrough, and it's been like a really long day. It feels like I'm nesting almost, like pregnant women get just before they have their babies. What it feels like. There's so much to do, but I should be getting a call this week sometime where they're going to tell me exactly what's going on. So we'll find out then, or not what's going on, but when my appointment will be. Sorry, I'm a little flustered. I didn't really want to tell all you guys, but I'm not going to be online here for a little bit. This will be my last video for a while. And I do have others, but I will be dark here for a bit. But I just wanted everybody to know it's going to be fine. I'm not worried about it. I've had all kinds of this stuff, and just used to it now, I guess. Okay, I don't know why this one seems a little thicker, but oh, it's underneath there. There we go. But yeah, so I'm just waiting for an appointment, and we'll go and take care of that. But so far, I don't have to do chemo or radiation. When I did that back in '97, I hated it. That's when I had the colon cancer that started everything with my insides. So I made too much of that. Oh well. And yeah, I just want to let you all know what's going on. Tracy will keep people informed on my Facebook page. I'm not going to post it in Belladonna's. If somebody wants to share it there, they can, but I felt that it's not a tie-dye, it's just me. So I wasn't going to post it there, but if you're watching a video, you can always come to my Facebook page and look for updates. Tracy, like I said, she's really good about that, and she'll keep everybody posted, and we should be good to go. Okay, let's continue on here. So I've got the blue and I've got the black then. Okay, just give it a little quick. Okay, off. Clean up the workspace. Let me get this covered. But yeah, it's kind of, it all happened so fast. I mean, it all happened within 3 days. From the time that I went into the hospital with the ambulance, I swear to God, I thought I was having a heart attack. So we're still not quite sure what caused that. There was just a lot of pressure on my chest. But now we might feel, hold on, I'm gonna plug this in really quick. I just realized that my pad wasn't plugged in. And hold on here, I'm sorry. This pad will lose its juice quick. Okay. So, yeah, so I went to the hospital and was there on a Thursday. That Friday, they called me. No, I'm sorry, that Monday they called me. And I went in on that Monday and started it all. I did the breathing test, and it was very hard. I never remembered having that much congestion in my lungs before. But it's just been getting worse this whole time, since last year. And when we left his office, Tracy uses a walker when we go into large places like that. I could not keep up with her. She was so pissed off because she probably called a dozen times to get this appointment for the PET scan. And they kept telling her, no. Well, now look what we're dealing with. But yeah, I had to keep telling her, slow down. But yeah, I want to get her out of there before she hits somebody. But anyway, here's the fire red. Oh, maybe take that off first. Okay. Going on in. And then after all this is done, said and done with the lung thing, I'm not sure how long it takes to heal from that, but then I'll be going as soon as I can to UCSF, Mission Bay in San Francisco. It's actually Banff, the Children's Hospital there. 3/4 of it's for the kids, and there's one quarter of it for the colorectal department. And they are, I mean, that place, it is amazing. People, well, every hospital I've been to, Kaiser, all the nurses and doctors are amazing, but they have to follow Kaiser guidelines and take steps into doing things, so they don't have the freedom to move around like they would like to. And so, but let me pump this up again. But yeah, I'll be taken well care of, and they're gonna secure all that. But that's gonna be another, like I said, after this, it's probably gonna be 6 months down the road. That's just a guess of mine, how long it's gonna take for the other to heal. I don't know, and I'm not sure how long my stay will be in the hospital. I don't know if I mentioned already, but it's going to be Kaiser in Oakland. But that's their specialty there. They all have their own specialties. Okay, so that's 3 of them. Now for the, oops, get that out of there. Get the workspace. Put that on down there on low. Okay, put this here. Right there. All right, this is the magic one. It makes your yellow dissolve. Okay, like I said, make sure you have it down inside. And you don't have to hold the button. It's got low, medium, and high settings. Just turn it on and go. But watch it, because that vortex or funnel can come all the way to the top really quick. But the frother is the way to do it. So that's my story. That's just what I want to tell everybody. Don't worry, everything's going to be fine. I've been through a lot of stuff, but I'm not concerned about it at all. I will take all of your positive energy, and because that helped me last time. Believe me, once I got back online, I couldn't believe all the comments and what you people did for me. It's amazing. I could really feel the love. But Tracy and I are good. My son's going to be, or look at that, you can see the thing in the middle there. But we'll look after her. Cindy will come back down, take care of things. But it's looking like I'm going to miss the rest of the harvest. So today's video might have been the last one. We shall see. It might just be last look. Okay, I'm calling that one good. And yeah, that's going to about wrap it up here. Whoops, dropped my cap. But again, like I said, I appreciate everybody. Of course, I just hit 1,500, and I was offline for 8 months from the other surgery. Just got rolling again and got knocked back down. But I will bounce back. I always do. There's too much life to live here. Got my grandkids. I want to see some great grandkids. And Tracy. I can't leave her right now. I got to take care of my love. But look at that. Look, just one. It's like a gold pan. You just see a little bit of gold left in there. I mean, now tell me, does that not mix up the yellow or what? Okay, clean that off really quick. And we'll do a proper sign off here. Yeah, I have my dye. I put the dye in there. It was on camera, but then I was humming, and then realized I was humming to a song I had on my iPhone that was playing in the background on the speaker. So I couldn't post that part because I'll get a big slap on the wrist, and I don't need that. That's only happened one time, and a long time ago. And it was a little song that was playing in the background on the radio. They pulled it first, and then they gave it back to me. What the hell? Well, anyway, let's see. That's that. That's that. Where's my cap for that? Make sure not kick nothing here. The yellow cap. I'm hoping to do, there's 4 onesies I'm going to do first thing in the morning before Kaiser or anybody has a chance to call, for a neighbor friend of mine. And I really wanted to get those done for him. So I've got the color here for the liquid part. I might do an ice dye or so, or 2. I'm not going to do a hot water for a baby's one because I want it nice and bright. But anyway, I love you all, and I will be back.